Hey everybody, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the 28th episode in my 4th Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. I've got a few comments to go through here. The first comes from Casseros2. He had two comments, actually, that I wanted to talk about. For one thing, he mentioned that I could switch the Berserker for the Engineer in the Warlord army. The Berserker is down here. I've got an Engineer in this guy's army. Mentioned that it would be useful to have him in there, probably more so than the Berserker, because Rapid Reload could benefit. Well, actually, it won't benefit the cannon, but if I put a different unit like the Juggernaut with him, Rapid Reload could benefit that. On top of that, I also wanted to mention that my King has Rapid Reload, and I've been neglecting to use that. So what I might do is actually put the Engineer with my King's army, and then maybe give the Warlord a different unit from my King's army, possibly the Forge Priest or something like that. But yeah, that's a good point. I should do that. He also mentioned that I should cast Domain of Earth on my new human city underground. That's a great idea. I'm going to do that now before I forget, because this city up here just finished migrating, and that will make them quite a bit happier. Let's see, liked terrain plus 384. Yeah, that makes a pretty significant difference. So very good call there. Our Treadbeard mentioned that the Druid army has strong will, so that helmet that I was talking about last episode is going to be better suited for another player or another hero, and I think that's correct. I almost forgot that the Druid has strong will from the Locket of Lost Love, which he is here. There he is. He's already got strong will from the Locket of Lost Love, so I let him keep that lady's item of grave return, and I sent the helmet to my sorcerer. I thought about giving it to the warlord, but he already has strong will too through Blood Brothers, so yeah. Our Treadbeard pointed out that the new cities that are popping up offering deals, they're cities of former AI players that have since been defeated, so that's why they're all of a sudden kind of becoming more chatty with me. The heart structure north of the Theocrat, he reminded me to remember to clear that. I will, that these armies that are going up there will get to that, but yes, he was also correct in pointing out that I do need to put a fort up there ASAP, so I will do that. I might put the fort here, and then I'm not entirely sure what these structures give, the Shrine to the Fickle Mermaid structures. That actually might matter depending on where I position that city, because if it's like production or something, then it wouldn't be very useful for me. 10 knowledge, that would probably be useful for me if I can find a way to clear it. So I could maybe put a fort there and then upgrade the domain so it could reach both. Yeah, it should be able to reach both structures if I upgrade the domain. No, it'll actually be one space short, I think, so I suppose it doesn't matter. And our Treadbeard suggested getting life drain items for my King and the Warlord, and using them more in melee combat, which actually that comment came from Daniel Moe, thought I should use these guys more in melee combat down here. He's probably right, especially the King has like 22 defense, so he can handle himself. The Warlord not quite as much defense, but he has Tireless now. If I get life... Wait, does he have Tireless? Nope, I'm thinking of somebody else in a different game. My games are starting to bleed over into each other. That's not a good sign. I think he gets it at level 9, though. It's coming pretty soon. So when he has Tireless and has a life drain sword, yeah, he'll be a lot better melee fighter, too. Daniel Moe mentioned that I should build an arena in the Firstborn city. I'm glad he pointed that out, because I probably would have forgotten. The Firstborn producing city is up here, and it is currently finishing the Pool of the Firstborn. I need to remember to build an arena in there before I start producing units to get the extra rank on any Firstborn that I make. And then the last comment is from, and I apologize if I don't get the pronunciation right, but I think it's Quang Dao Tran, something like that. Pointed out something something I can't believe I've never noticed before. But remember when I was talking about observer mode in the last couple episodes? You can actually toggle that off right up here on map settings. I literally don't think I've ever clicked on this button before. So yeah, it's right there. You can check it on and off. You don't even need to hit the hotkey. That's what was causing my camera to jump around whenever units would move. So thank you for that. It's these little things that I've just never noticed before in this game, because I guess I don't experiment enough. I don't know. Alright, so let's continue with what we were doing here. So I built walls here, I built a fort. That's what I did. I'm going to go ahead and just build the city now rather than upgrading, because I think it takes 2 turns to upgrade. I'd rather just get the city built so it can start growing, so I'm going to do that. if I can click. And then the builder is going to go probably... I would like to actually probably build a road through here in case I need to move units along this route quickly. I'm not quite ready to yet. I might need that money on the next turn for stuff, so I'm going to hang on to that for now. And then I suppose the builder can... I'm going to start sending him back so he doesn't get picked off if something comes through this way, because I don't have any units in this area, but I kind of figured that these... I might not need these guys hanging out, or well, these guys hanging out with my king's army so much. I do intend to go and fight the Tigrans soon, but I don't know how much backup they're exactly going to need. So I was thinking about sending these units down to kind of guard this city choke point here, but now I'm also considering, you know, I'm building all these flame tanks and they're going to be moving up, so they might be able to handle it. I may leave these guys near the king's group just as extra backup for now, just in case the Tigrans have a lot more resistance than they've shown so far, or put up a lot more of a fight than they've shown so far. I do have to go ahead and clear this structure out, so I'll do that. We'll move those other units around, or I'll try to remember to move that engineer into one of these groups ASAP. Alright, I guess I will go ahead and... Well, I'll go ahead and rapid reload this guy, so he can do this to the Wisp. I'd like to get him out of the way right off the bat. That's a nice critical hit. And now they'll probably all go after that flame tank, so I just need to be ready to repair it when the time comes. These are two very, very good armies down here. Alright. Now. Alright. Let's patch these guys up a little bit. Wait, they don't need it because they have lifesteal. Oh well, Guardian Flames is Guardian Flames. It'll still work. Alright, let's put a cannonball right here. This guy could use some patching up. We'll let Colm do that. I think I might send my king in melee combat with this thing. There we go. I'm sure somebody else could have done something there, but that's alright. Keep this moving here. Okay, the firstborn needs to clear the way for units to move. Actually, can't right now. These guys are out of movement anyway, so we'll just hold position here, and then on the next turn go clear the farm and the magic library. Leader's got another upgrade. He's at 10 points right now. I'm probably going to use him for a little bit more melee combat. I'm going to throw a little more health his way. He's got a ton of defense though, so that he's good there. I don't need Forge Aprons, really. I have a lot of fire resistance in this army. I mean, some units would benefit from it, but others wouldn't. I think I'd really rather just give him, like... And he's also at level 13, so this is as good of upgrades he's going to get. I'm not a huge fan of the Dreadnoughts overall in terms of, as like standalone fighter heroes, but they do have a ton of defense, which I really do like, especially on a Dwarf Dreadnought. So I guess I should take advantage of that, not give him more defense, but buff some of his other stats. Maybe it could throw his health up even a little bit more, or throw a little extra resistance his way. I might do that. A little extra resistance never hurts. And, oh, I guess I should give him some melee strength. Why not? As far as this guy goes, I think he just got to where he can get tireless. Yeah, he can get tireless. But does he? Does a warlord get tireless army or something like that later? I think they do. I wanted to check on that because if they do, that might be a waste to pick up now. Oops, I'm looking in the wrong section. Alright, I want classes, warlord, and level 9 warfare. Oh wait, I need to divide it up like this. Level 9. Okay, level 9 he gets tireless. Level 11 he gets relentless army. Bestows all friendly units with tireless. So actually, if you're planning on getting relentless army, which I am, probably shouldn't pick tireless, because I don't think it does me any good, because I'm going to get it later anyway when I get relentless army. As long as he's leading an army, he will have tireless, and he will be leading an army for the rest of the game. Does he have overwhelm already? That might be worth throwing his way. Or actually, if I make him a life drain sword, it'll have overwhelm on it anyway, so I don't need that. Just looking for things that can make him into just more of a boss melee fighter. First strike is always useful, so I'll pick that up. I like first strike a lot. And then he could use a little extra resistance, I think. And I probably need to buff his health soon too. So yeah, he's got plenty of stat buffs I can give him. Given that I'm probably leaving these guys to hang out with my king, I'll leave them here. I'll move them to the library, I suppose. They can hang out there for a turn. And let's see, city affected by domain of Earth, and what else should I do? I could start building spelljammers now, probably. Might not be a bad idea. Unless I need mana fuel cells somewhere. I might need mana fuel cells on my new city up here. I'm making plenty of mana per turn, so I can afford to keep that active. And this city I want to build up as fast as I can, so why not throw that down here? And once some of these cities get grand palaces, I can probably take that off. But for now, I want it on pretty much any city that's building it. If you notice a city that gets a grand palace, but I forget to remove mana fuel cells from it, let me know. If the city's not building anything, I don't want to have it active. I don't need it there because that city's making knights in one turn as it is. It might be useful here, but yeah, let's build a spelljammer for now. Let's work on that. Those take 2 turns, and apparently no casting points, actually, now that I think of it. Or now that I see it. I guess I can't build them in forest. But I can build them in almost anything else, so... actually, I could throw up a whole bunch of these, except it's going to take gold to do it, but I'll put them on some of my frontline cities, like maybe this city would be a good candidate. It's, how many, what's the range? I think it's 2. Build a spelljammer. It doesn't actually tell me here. I'm pretty sure it's 2. Construction costs 30 mana. Spelljammers prevent casting of all spells from players but their owner in a 3 hex radius. Okay. So having two away from the city is ideal. Or 3. I'll just do 2. It gives me a little extra range right around the city. And then I think having one near this city would be useful because this city is just tremendously important to me. Put one there. And maybe I want one underground somewhere. This city's a major frontline city, so I'll put one there. Yeah, that doesn't take any casting points, so that's useful. Oh yeah, and I want one at this city. So, kind of using up some of the rest of my money on this turn, but this is a one-time investment, and it'll hopefully pay off later on. As long as these don't get in the way of units passing through, because I noticed I can't build it where the unit is currently standing. But I don't think they prevent units from passing through. I think it's just like any other structure. Okay, and then the last of my mana, I will... You know, I'm gonna... Let's get Domain of Earth up somewhere else. I'm sure I could use it either on the Naga city or down here. Yeah, well, that city's already happy, but the Naga city could probably use it. Okay, and end turn. A lot going on here. So the plan, and this is something Jeff and I were talking about in the comments, the general plan with these units, my King's Army, and oh hey, hello, counterattackers. Hey, that Monster Hunter is still around. The general plan with these guys is to move south, take Nimic, and then go up above ground and just try to kill the Tigrans as fast as I can. But it looks like they're going to send some stuff my way. Nothing scary, though. I still haven't seen any Manicore Riders out of them yet. An army full of cheetahs is hardly threatening to me, so hopefully that's as bad as it gets. But I got a feeling they've got a lot more above ground. I think these underground cities are just extras. Their capital, I'm pretty sure, is above ground somewhere. But that's the general plan with them, is these are kind of an anti-Tigran army. And I'll have to keep an eye on that guy, because he's being annoying. Uh-oh, that's Wandering Nightshade Fairies? Okay, well I can't get away from those. Because they'll just shoot at me. But I'll have much more powerful armies coming through that area soon. Maid of Earth ready to cast. Let's get that up on the Naga City right away before I forget. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Oh, that doesn't... Okay, you can't cast that on dwellings, I guess. Just your own cities. Well, this is a new city, so cast it there. Morale 884. So it is helping this city. The city's cheerful now. It's probably going to be a waste once I get that structure cleared, but we'll see. How much happiness does that provide? 50? That'll be close. Alright, still making tanks there. Full of the Firstborn done here, so want to follow Daniel Moe's advice and get that arena in there before I forget about that. Praise the Leader Festival in Lunaris. 315 gold, nice. I'll take it. And that city is going to finish up a settler on the next turn. We've got the Grand Temple, so I want to try to keep queuing buildings to come next. Grand Palace will follow that. And the general plan with the Knights for now is to just send them south. And I believe I was going to add him in for this battle up here. So I'm going to pull that builder back. Throw this guy in. And then go on the offensive here. The spider's got a ton of movement, so may as well launch the battle with it. Alright, puny elves, come here. I will probably Guardian Flame my knight. I might do that before he even takes any damage, just to give him more offensive potential. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Slide around this way. If they want to come after me, they can. If not, I will line up a nice shot on all the Storm Sisters and deal with them first so I don't have to get shocked with electric damage. But they'll probably shoot at me now. Nope. Well, I guess that's a swordsman, not a Storm Sister. Alright. I don't really have repair units. I mean, I have the builder nearby, but I can't use it in this battle. So I'm kind of trying to set this up so that my machines don't take a whole lot of damage. And here they come. Going straight after the machines. Well, so much for that. I think they freaked out because a range unit moved in within range of them. Well, that's kind of a juicy target back there for the Juggernaut. And the flame tank if I can get it loose. Alright, so I need to kill that Griffin Rider. Or possibly web it. I don't really have a good way to kill it because my knight's kind of on the other side. Okay, what I could do is pound my way through these guys. Have the knight build up a charge. At least turn him around. That will allow the Juggernaut to move up. I want to make sure I get the full damage, so I'm going to move up so I'm not getting a range penalty. Put it right there. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That wasn't even a critical hit. Those elves just died. Alright, this guy can now back up, actually. Is what I want him to do. I think. Yeah, if done correctly, I still won't hit my knight. I think from here I'll be okay. Yep. I can actually burn both of these guys. Forge Priest could go after either of them. Or probably want to go after that one. And then these guys can phase. Go here and get a bunch of XP. Alright, cool. That, well, the flame tank took a little damage, but we'll patch it up over time. Thief's Cowl with night vision and boots of hiking that give 1 defense and wetland walking. Not really that great. I'm going to sell that off. Alright, need to make sure that the builder is in that group. And then these guys, I want... Did I clear that structure already? I don't remember if I cleared this. Well, I'm going to go back through this way. And then just this army is just going to generally move in this area and start clearing some of these other kind of smaller structures, not the super hard stuff. That spider's almost leveled up. Excuse me. Human race governance. This is kind of an easy one for me because I don't have any human cities on the coast, so I'll take the plus 50% XP for human cavalry, which applies to all the knights that I'm building. It's also good for human... Well, no, wait. Oh, you know what? I don't know if that means human cavalry like... I don't know if that means human cavalry like cavalry class units, or human cavalry like specifically the human cavalry unit, which is what evolves into a knight. I wonder if this clarifies at all. If I go human race governance, human cavalry earn 50% XP. I'm suspecting that that actually means the human cavalry unit, which, if that's the case, then I just wasted this. Because, and the reason I suspect it means the human cavalry unit is because the C in cavalry is capitalized, as though it's the name of a unit, not just a class type in general. If you guys know that, let me know. I would be interesting to know, but I got a feeling it applies literally specifically to the human cavalry unit, which would be disappointing if it did. But yeah, I don't really know. I've never thought about that before. It's great if, I mean, it would be great regardless if you had a bunch of human cavalry or you were producing them and wanted to upgrade them to knights. Or on that note, if you were a human warlord and had the tier 7 spell, which makes all your units gold rank, because then human cavalry would basically level up to knights after their first battle. But, and then you could make them cheaper too, but hey, that's kind of a neat strat. I didn't think about that. Still want flame tanks here. But yeah, if you know that, fill me and everybody else in, that'd be helpful. Okay, I'm going to follow our Treadbeard's advice here. I did start making some items, which that is another seduction potion, which this one is going to my king, probably. I want to build another item here. And it's going to be another life drain sword. So I want to make sure I get life drain, not life steal, like I almost made that mistake earlier. And throw overwhelm on, because that'd be great for the warlord and I wouldn't have to spend his points on it. If I can find it, there we go. And we're going to call this another vampire sword, just to make them easy to keep track of. Where's that red one? There it is. Alright. So that'll make a nice little item for my warlord to use, and I'll probably make one for the king too. Let's see. I don't know if there's any way for my king to get tireless. I might have to, actually, I'll probably need to make an item for the king to give him tireless, now that I think of it. I need to remember that. Marsh of Serpents. Unlock the production of the mature Reed Serpent and Glutton unit. Might get that later. For now, I want to get at least a few Naga Matriarchs out. Sibi Happiness is happy, even if I hurry production, which I actually can't do. Well, I can't. I wonder why I can't hurry production. Maybe because it's, dwelling? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to produce a couple of these guys. Hey, come on. Okay, this is being weird. Why can't I queue up more than one? I don't really know. I guess I'll just have to come back to that. Maybe it has something to do with it being a dwelling, but that seems to be behaving strangely. Okay, City Happiness, very happy now. I'll go ahead and grab the hospital here because that'll help with growth, and it'll bump the happiness up to elated or cheerful. I almost said elated, which is not a thing. Hey, while I'm here, let's clear this and get some more research every turn. I didn't even really stop to look and see what was in here. We've got monster hunters, berserkers, apprentices, bards. Your basic, or just, well, actually not a basic mix of units, it's a mix of units from like 3 different classes. Alright, you know, Touch of Faith doesn't really... Oh, it does affect machines? Yeah, it just doesn't affect... It doesn't affect undead units, but you can use Touch of Faith on machines. That's odd, but alright. Guardian Flames, will that heal the machine? No, target cannot be affected. Alright. Have to save that for the sorcerer himself. I'm going to actually pick on these guys from a distance with the cannon. I want to force them to come to me. And these guys could use a repair. I think after the second shot they should come. Oh, no, they're coming now. Alright. There's a lot of guys piling up right there that let their guard down. Which I think the Juggernaut has something to say about that. As does the Flame Tank, however. Well, you know what? I like this. I think this will work. Maybe. I don't like this orc there. I need to try to kill him or stun him. If I can do that. Okay, so he is not an issue anymore. Let's freeze this guy up to go over here and blow up a whole bunch of stuff. Does leave a monster hunter alive, the bard in the back, but that's not too much of a concern. And then I'll move these guys around and leave them here so that that other dwarf berserker doesn't have an easy path to my Juggernaut. And I'll leave the flame tank on hold for now. What should these guys do? We sit here. That works. Rude. Well, I want to kill that berserker. I guess these guys will handle it fine. They're going to take a little damage, but that's okay. I'll patch it up. You know what? I'm going to try this. Okay, then they can go after the orcs. Oh, I forgot there's that monster hunter out behind everything else, which is damaging the tank. Or the cannon. Which only has 68 health left. I should have used the sorcerer to help deal with that. And I don't think that any of my other units can actually reach that now. I will probably use Real Semble. How much damage is he going to do if he just goes nuts on it? He's not going to kill it, but he could critical hit. So I'm going to... Wait a sec. Oh, that's... Okay, that resembles a destroyed machine unit. I need to remember that I have that. Alright, well, you go ram this guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of goofed that battle up a little bit. Can you do anything? Okay, you can revive or guarded by flames. Go back here and ram this guy. Alright. Alright, whatever. Just took a little damage, but we'll fix it up. Let's see what we got here. Shield of the Unfazed Mercenary, 80 gold, 60 research. I would sell that for gold as well. Getting a lot of gold out of this stuff. Alright, that structure is too powerful for me to clear with this group right now, so I think these guys are going to run out to the west here and see what they can see. I would like it if they had a tunneling unit, so that might come in handy, but they don't. I guess I'll just follow this pathway here and see if it links up north anywhere. Alright, no Chaos Rift yet. I think that comes at level 11, so I want another level of sorcery, probably. Chaos Rift is 50, so actually I have enough to cast it now if I wanted to. But I think I'm still going to grab another level of sorcery, just so I have some extra in case of emergencies. I love the sorcerer spells. I like some of their combat spells. Oh, that's just a event that triggered 120 knowledge here for a research breakthrough, so that's pretty useful. This city can build a grand palace now, so I'm not going to hold them back anymore. Siege Workshop probably is a good choice for this city here. So I'm going to do that. Kind of want to get the stone wall too, but I think I can bump production over 100 and then get the stone wall in one turn instead. Okay, this is now a human town. Forgot I did that. I'm just going to merchandise for now. Come back to that later. Domain of Earth has been cast, so I want to close that. I don't know why I need to get notifications out of spells that I cast on my own cities. This one is going to, for now, well actually for now it's going to produce merchandise, but as soon as I can I'm going to get a storehouse and start the growth. This city should grow pretty quick with a storehouse, and then obviously the 150 from the natural spring, and then the extra horses. Or not the horses, the farm. They'll get 100 health from that, or 100 population growth from that too. So I wanted to look and see what's in here. Oh, just a few puny goblins. We can go clear that now. I don't see any reason for this army to hold back. Yep, gonna gonna have to do merchandise on most of this stuff, as I did order up 2 grand palaces on this turn, I think. You know, I probably shouldn't be blindly producing merchandise on all this stuff. This came up in my last series. Somebody pointed this out to me. I tend to do this, but I should really be producing housing in some of these cities, because producing merchandise here gets me a whole extra 1 gold per turn. Producing housing increases population growth by 50%, so that's another 200 population. Much, much more worth it. So let's check this city down here, because this one has probably a similar situation. Yeah, there's no reason to produce housing when I could be building, or produce merchandise when I could be building housing. This one is a little different. Well, actually, I'm upgrading this one, but that one actually has 33 gold income, so because of the trading both, so it's a little more worth it. Not a lot, but a little. Let's see, Master's Guild. Nah, same thing here. I'll stick with the merchandise on that one. Okay, these guys can go... Oh, hey, look, the bandits came out to meet me. It's a poor decision on their part. Oh, this was a mistake, guys. Oops, I made a mistake there. And didn't war cry, but I got the kill anyway. I meant to war cry there. Alright, you are toast, I think. Alright. And can the crossbows finish them off? I do have all that extra damage, yep. I'm expecting this structure to be a bit tougher. I don't know for sure what's in there. Yeah, there's some tough units in there. I might need one more knight up there. Well, I think I'll go after the bandit camp first, because I won't lose anyone going after the bandit camp. I think this group could probably handle that structure. Probably. The Earth Elemental is going to be tough. They've got a lot of defense, but I think I'll be okay. Okay, let's see if I can clear that Sphinx Temple. I'm going to scout it with my Theocrat just to see what's in there, and then bring in whatever else I need. Okay, 2 Beholders, or no, 2 Watchers. I keep calling them Beholders. I think that's a reference to an older Age of Wonders, the original. Tiger and Sphinxes and Sun Guards. Nothing I couldn't handle. Abort the attack. I'm going to send in the Necromancer for that frost damage. Which, by the way, does she got those items yet? Because I want to send those off to other people. Not yet. They will be arriving soon, I think. Alright, who else can I bring in here? Probably don't want the troll so much because of all the fire damage those sphinxes are going to do. The Forge Priest might be a good choice because he's going to resist all that fire damage, so... Not Forge Priest, Firstborn. I will eventually get that right, I promise. Gold rank Knights, because they're just always good. Elf Longbows are just always useful, especially gold rank. And how about a gold rank Paladin? Because Sphinxes are flying units. That seems like a pretty solid group. If I can just remember where they all go afterwards, I'll be fine. Alright, they're going to charge in Doomgaze right off the bat. Hopefully that doesn't trigger on anybody. Alright. Alright, I think one of the first things I want to do is stiffen limbs on some stuff. Probably on both of these guys. These guys are going to be great at just walking up and standing there, because the Tigrans don't really have any good counter to these guys, except for the Sun Guards can lower their guard, but otherwise they're pretty much stuck. I forgot to check who the army leader technically is here. Do these guys all have resurgence? No, I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure it put the necromancer in charge of this army. No, they have holy champions. Did this guy level up and he not get divine justicars yet? I think I didn't have enough for it and I was saving up. So he gets it on like his next level. That should be alright. I don't expect that I'll lose anyone, but I just kind of like to play it safe. Well, I should have touch of faith on that knight before running him up like that. Okay, I'll be fine. That guy's gonna absolutely wreck anything he goes after, but I think the Watcher is gonna be my choice there. I want to get rid of that. I hate those guys. Okay, now the Knight can do his thing. I want to probably heal those phalanxes, because they kind of took a beating. The elf doesn't have anything useful to shoot at, but yeah, I can't really get a good shot off on the Sun Guards because of their shield. Actually, the elves probably should have been shooting at this Sphinx. Doesn't matter so much now. It actually didn't do that much damage. But maybe I can finish it off. I'm assuming Beholders have mind control immunity. Watchers, yeah. So I can't convert them. The only thing I can convert in this battle is the Sun Guards if I want some of those. Which, maybe. I will worry about that probably last. You know, I'm just going to hang her back for a minute and curse. Heal these guys so they can do some damage here. Probably will go after that Sun card. The Knight I am a little concerned about. He's got a lot of stuff on him right now. I could finish off the Sphinx. I think that's actually a fine idea. The other Sphinx has stiffened limbs, so I'm not quite as concerned about them. Just don't kill the phalanxes. Alright. We're good. They took a heck of a lot of damage, but they're alright. If I could get in melee distance, I could actually try ghoul cursing the Sphinx, but Shadow Step on her would be really nice right about now. I might want to consider getting that on the Necromancer, because sometimes you just want to teleport and get a shot off it and inflict ghoul curse. I don't know if I can here. The Knight is... Well, the Knight's in the way, but the Knight could be moved. He's not going to die or anything. Surprise. Okay, so she could get a shot off on the Sphinx and see what happens. Oh wait, she doesn't have Inflict Ghoul Curse. Not yet. She's not a high enough level. She's only level 7. Okay, again, bleeding over between different games. You guys wouldn't believe how many active Age of Wonders games I have going on, so I'm starting to get them all mixed up. Alright, well. It's not a great shot, but it's better than nothing. Fortunately, they are not so good against phalanxes. It is like everything I can do to keep those guys alive. Alright. Take a shot at converting. Got it. And I don't think there's any other way I can heal any of these guys. The Necromancer isn't going to heal anyone. The Necromancer could do Cause Fear, a little XP. There we go, she leveled up again. Okay, a little dicey there. A couple points. Phalanx got a lot more beat up than I would have liked, but made it out okay, and even got a Sun Guard on top of it, so. Hey, there's an item that gives phase. That's kind of like Shadow Step. I will give that to her, since I think it might come in handy at some point. She's got two items that are already pretty good, though. Which one of these do I want to get rid of? Probably the one that has Undead Slayer. Or Elemental Slayer. I don't expect to run into many Elemental units, so I'm not too worried about that. Inflict Ghoul Curse. I think that... a level 8, that's probably a level 9 thing. And I think it might cost like 10 points, so I'm going to hold off on buying anything else with her for now. Okay, that's a nice extra chunk of research pouring in every turn, researching gold, so that's going to be very helpful. In fact, I've cleared 1,000 gold per turn. I'm spending it at an even faster rate, but that's alright. The Wizard Tower Ruins is probably out of this army's league right now. Until the Theocrat gets Divine Justicars, which is actually pretty close. He just needs to level up again. If I could get him to level up again, I might be able to get that. But there's nothing else for him to clear here unless I ran back and went after the dungeon. So no, I think I'll leave that for another time. Alright, so now the question is who went with who. I would like to split them back up the same way I had them. I think the Theocrat was leading... well, the Necromancer was definitely leading that group in the back. So we'll send these guys forward and... how much movement do they all have? One? Who's slowing everyone down? Oh, okay, I think I see what's going on. This guy's kind of in the way, unfortunately. So... do something like this. There, now they could hit either group. I know she was with this group. I know there's already Phalanx with this group, so he was with the King, who has a Knight already. King's army has a Knight, so that Knight goes with her, which is going to need healing, but the Forge Priest will help out with that. And... who's got a Firstborn already? Nobody. Send the Elf with her. Send the Firstborn with him. I think they were kind of split up, something like that. Alright, so we already know I'm going to wait on that to see what she gets next. There's some bandits there, and a city borders that are currently at odds with me. There's another red city up here. I should probably at least get this on the map. Oh, there's red units in the water. I could run away from them, though, if they came after me. As long as they don't cast spells. And still holding off on building roads, because Grand Palaces, to me, are a bigger priority. I think I might send this knight up to back up in that... or as extra backup in that Heart of the Glades battle. Just because... well, for one thing, just because he's here. And for another thing, I think these guys might need it. I don't know how tough that battle's going to be. Speaking of this city here, I think I need to make a builder. Oh, wait, no, you know what? That's what this guy could go do now. I'll send him over, and he'll be the one to build the fort up by that heart structure. Maybe I'll build the road later. Actually, I'm going to start building the road on the next turn because there's a bunch of swamplands and stuff that I have to go through. Haven't converted into anything else yet. A lot of these structures, the Druid army doesn't even need help from Summon Beast Horde on. I would like to convert one of those spiders if I can. That'd be fun. First things first, let's just move forward and see what they throw at me. And I always need to remember to do this. Okay, fortunately nobody got webbed, which I actually thought might happen to the Druid because I let his guard down, but it all worked out. Now this is a mess. I'm going to try to befriend him. He didn't like that, so he's going to like this even less. Use up some action points, I suppose. Use up all the action points. Just get real aggressive here. That ogre's gonna do a lot of damage, but he shouldn't kill me unless... Ooh, the spider might. Overload stone skin, reassemble. I might want to throw stone skin on this guy, because he could get hit from different directions. Yeah, if the spider hits him and then the ogre hits him, that knight's dead. So we're gonna play it safe here. Oh, he's gonna go after that guy instead. Okay. Alright, need healing. Much badly. Very badly. And I kind of need to... Oh man, I would love to... Oh wait, you know what I could do? I'm gonna try to web this guy. Okay, cool. That gives me the opportunity to use Nourishing Meal on somebody else. Might even be able to get healing in again. Kinda need it. A little lifesteal help there. A lot of good XP for everybody here. Is healing back yet? One more turn. I'll wait until it's back, use it one more time, and then wrap this battle up here. Who wants XP for the kill? That big beetle could really use some experience. He's kind of on the low end of things. Longsword of Dire Penguin Slaying, not that great. That's just +2 melee damage. I've seen better. Alright, oh, my boats get to move further up and hopefully chase down that Kraken. Yep. He is not nearly as fast as me. Oh, good luck, little guy. I almost don't even deserve a promotion for that battle. That wasn't a battle, that was just an execution. Poor little guy. Alright. Make sure to keep him following along behind. And hopefully within the next 2 turns, probably not next turn, but the turn after, I will get control over that mermaid dwelling and it will be burned to the bottom of the ocean. This guy's on his way to back up the sorcerer if the sorcerer needs it. The Juggernaut, I think, is just going to sit here for now. Guard this city until I'm ready for it to go do something else. Actually, you know what? I think my armies on the front line might be able to use a Juggernaut. So I'm going to keep him moving along. Because they don't really have a machine up there. Like where my Theocrat and Necromancer are. It's not really any machines in that group. Alright, I need that firstborn to clear way for... Actually, they both... Okay. They can both do that. This is one of those situations where I'm pretty sure I'm just going to auto-combat because I don't want to waste people's time. And I will sell my monkey for gold. Alright, we got Tigrans closing in. Well, I'm going to get those guys off that structure for the moment and move better units on to go deal with the library, which is going to include my king. Colm and Colm's firstborn. And the phalanx. So I remember the firstborn, the phalanx I had stacked with Colm. And the two machines, we'll say, I had stacked with my leader. Actually, I kind of want that knight in there for the charge value, and then I guess the flame tank. So the knight and the flame tank stacked with my leader. Just a probable victory, huh? I don't really believe that. Touch by Faith is going to be slightly annoying because that's going to lower their damage to this flame tank. Or lower the damage that the flame tank can do to all those units. Let's back up and let them charge in. They might put up a little bit tougher fight than I want. He's hoping for a flame tank critical hit, which has been happening a lot. Right here, I think. No crit, but that kind of nuked most of them. Alright, let's not charge in wildly and get somebody killed. I will probably do a careful firebomb with my king right here. That'll kill the apprentice and still do damage to a couple other units. I want the knight to go after that evangelist right there. Okay, cool. I like that critical hit. Okay, that's okay. To do back-to-back critical hits, that's very nice. Colm could go nuts on this guy back here with Warcry. I might be able to kill him. So I'll do this. My gosh. It's 3 critical hits. Maybe I can kill him. 18 to 28, 1 to 2. Probably not, actually. In fact, I'm guaranteed not to kill him. So probably won't charge in and risk something bad happening to Colm. I'll leave him on defense. Hi. Repair machine. Yeah, I can do that. Alright, got force field, so that's kind of helpful. Maybe not so much against the warlord, but could be handy later. And I'm going to move my units in position for a battle with the Tigran warlords, which will take place on the next episode, I think. Fortunately, I have advanced logistics, so there's just enough room for that flame tank to get down here. And I know that was with the knight and my king, so I should move them too. And then these guys here, that group there, although they can't quite make it there. I think the cannon's slowing them down, because it's a wetlands tile. So I may have to bring in somebody else. I guess now is as good a time as any to bring in the... Oh, actually, the engineer needs to be with the other group. I'll give the Juggernaut to Colm. Well, I can't put the engineer in there yet, but I'll try to sort that out in the next episode. The cannon can make it here, and then in the next episode, I will be able to launch the attack on the Tigrans. We'll have a little battle here. I will probably slaughter them. And then we'll see what they have in store for me next as I move towards Nipik and above ground to begin a full assault against them. So, hopefully they put up a decent fight to at least make things entertaining. Not particularly impressed with their armies so far, but we'll see what they have in store for us. So, otherwise, I think that's it. I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. As always, I do appreciate it. Great comments this week, as always, or this episode, as always. I keep saying this week. I don't really know why I do that since I post bi-weekly. But anyway, I will see you all in the next episode.